We'll start. Good afternoon. It is 3:30, and this is a meeting of the Board of Library Trustees. I am Joanne Geneva, Chair. With me today are Heather Dennis, Trustee at Large, Betsy Perry, Library Director, and Shannon Duffy, Youth Services. We do not have a copy of the minutes of the last meeting, so we are going to bypass that and go on to our Youth Services report, starring Shannon, that we can see in person today.
Hi. So in May, we had 8 virtual kids programs. We estimate about 12 attendees. We made 58 craft kits for kids. We have started our in-person Out on the Commons story time. It's every Wednesday now at 10:30 until August 25th. It's geared toward ages 1 to 5, but as always, I don't really care how old you are. Come, that's cool. It's going to be picture books, but other than that, we've been very blessed so far that the rain has held out till either the day before or the day after, and we sit under the big tree, so the roots suck up a good portion of the water, so it's been...
She's averaging like 25, 30 people, so it's a nice crowd.
That's great.
Not overwhelming, but substantial.
And it's just so good to see children again. We'll be starting having Deb Hudgens come and do music and movement with us outside, weather permitting. We have 3 dates for that. They're all on a Monday at 10. The first will be July 12th, then the 19th, and the 26th. And like me, she is geared toward ages 1 to 5. But hey, man, she's got a guitar, so party hard. I wasn't sure if we are going to have a meeting in July, so I just started throwing summer things in there just in case we decide to take a break. So we have decided that we will hold crafternoons in the lobby of the library as we have previously. That will start Tuesday, July 6th and run until August 12th. They'll be Tuesday and Thursday, 1 to 5, drop in. We're not really deviating from the original script in that one, other than whatever restrictions we have going forward. Everything changes like week to week. So right now, masks required, but other than that.
I was going to ask what, if any, COVID restrictions you have for any of these programs on the common, outside, or inside. So is it masks required outside and inside?
Not outside, no.
Not outside.
We encourage them, and we encourage a little social distancing, but people are pretty much doing that on their own, mostly because the children are.
Right. Kids aren't vaccinated yet.
But like, so it's whatever everyone is. I'm not enforcing everyone. We're outside, and I have enough trouble focusing on what I'm doing, but do what is comfortable for you.
But the crafternoons inside, masks are required.
Well, yes, because masks are required in the library.
Right.
So, by default. Cool. Focus. So, for tweens and teens, we had 74 craft kits for teens and adults. That brings our total up to 2,109 craft kits since last June. That's a lot of craft kits, in case anyone is wondering. Other than that, for an update, summer reading will be happening. It's happening a little bit later than normal. Normally we do it the Monday after Father's Day. We're going to start it July 6th, which is a Tuesday. It'll run through Saturday, August 14th. That's still a good, solid, 6 weeks. So you got plenty of time. It will be all virtual. You'll get virtual tickets for the time that you log, and then you put them into the virtual raffle boxes. Each program, so children's, adults, and teens, they each have their own sets. They have their own little websites. They have their own little list of prizes. Every prize has a description and a picture taken. The pictures will be out on display inside the library if you want to come and look at them. As I always say, especially for people who are in those weird in-between ages, look at the prizes before you sign up, because once you're in one, you can't really be in the other one. You can do most of it at home, and then at the end, if your prize is won, we'll just call you and we can set up curbside, depending on how you feel, or you can come in and grab it, whatever. If you need help doing it, we can try and do that over the phone, or you can come in and do it, however you want. It's all about you. There's also an app. Who doesn't have an app? There's an app for that. We are collaborating with Purgatory State Reservation. We're hoping to do a story walk. The copyrighted version, fancy. There are multiple hurdles that they have to go through because apparently they have funding in some capacity to support this. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them to confirm. We're hypothesizing that it'll run from the dates of summer reading, but I don't want to say it's set in stone yet just because, there's hurdles. Likewise, I was contacted by the 4-H, so we might possibly be doing a joint collaboration out on the Common. They have grant funding for a petting zoo, and they asked if I would like to do a story time at the same time and sort of do like a thing. Their previous meeting was canceled, so I'm not making any promises, but there's lots of irons in the fire. Next week, Summer Care Story Time begins, so I'll be going there every Tuesday throughout Summer Care's run, which goes until, I think, the last week of August, somewhere around there. And that's what's going on in Youth Services Land. Any questions or concerns, comments?
What age group is the story walk going to be aimed at, do you know, at Purgatory?
It's a picture book.
Okay, so still little ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit longer of a picture book, so it would definitely hit more of like you could get up there to like possibly 8 crowd, but it's on, our theory is that it'll be on the spring path, which is down by where the swing set and stuff is, because that's only a 1/4 of a mile hike. But again, nothing is set in stone yet. It's all just hypothesizing between me and the Purgatory people.
Okay.
Again, lots of channels, state-run things, lots of channels.
Okay. Thank you, Shannon. You've got a lot going on. It's great.
And yet, it's so much less than I used to do, and it's weird.
But it's
But
nice.
it's a lot for...
Compared to last
Yeah.
summer, it's a lot, and it's wonderful that we can do some things in person again.
quick turnaround. That's really the biggest difference. But,
Okay,
Thanks.
so it's on to you, Betsy.
All right. Not too many meetings this month. Some roundtables. We had department heads up here. My executive committee, which was like 2 meetings because we didn't have a quorum at the first one, so we had to continue it, which was not fun. Yesterday, because it's not on there because it was yesterday, was my last users council for CW Mars as president. So then next month we'll configure that board. I'll be past president for the next year, and then I'm done. I'm off that board, so that's good. But in other board news, and I alluded to this probably a while ago for you guys. I was part of a group who was trying to get a new section for the Mass Library Association, and we succeeded with that. So we now have a programming section of the Mass Library Association. We're meeting at the end of the month to officially organize and things like that, but I have been designated as the conference committee rep for the programming committee. So I'm back on the conference committee. It's been a couple of years since even before you. I used to be on the conference committee for MLA. But I'm back on that. And they actually are planning an in-person conference for next spring in Hyannis. So we'll see. And those meetings will start off next month. So and then back on. So it's fine. It's all fine. That's great. So I don't have too much scheduled for this summer. We talked, book group has been running. It's going to separate back into 2 book groups. So we'll have book group at the senior center, and we'll have book group here starting in July. We have a virtual training for Libby for patrons that they can do from the comfort of their own home. And I've got 3 outdoor performances scheduled that we'll be using cultural council funds for, but those are not until August. The Friends did not meet Monday, June 14th, because it rained all day. They're, I think, meeting this Friday now is their new plan. That's still outside at one of their houses, and then probably by July we'll be able to bring them back over here to meet. So that will be fine. They did a bang-up business on merchandise this week for the Father's Day holiday, so that was working out good for them. They had a lot of mugs and blankets. And I think we're probably ready to bring some of those back in, because we don't have any of them here. We haven't sold any of them. But we could probably do that soonish. We'll see. It takes up a lot of space. Let's see. Long-range plan. I have 3 solid committee members lined up. I
Very
need
nice.
1 trustee. Oh, Joanne's volunteering. Awesome. I'm writing that down. All
Unless
right.
you want to, Heather.
All right. That's perfect. I will send out a poll to set up dates then. That's all I was waiting for. So we will get that done. They are all super excited about it, so that's excellent. May service statistics. So what did we open? We opened in the middle of May. We still did 162 lobby pickups, 21 home deliveries. We're averaging, at this point now, in the middle of June, having been full open for a couple of weeks, anywhere between 1 and 3-ish pickups every day. And then like today I did 5 deliveries. So deliveries are not really fluctuating. That's somewhere between 4 and 6 every week. But there are still people who want lobby pickup, and we are okay with that. We will do whatever people want to be comfortable with. So that's fine. And it's no extra burden at all for us to do those lobby pickups. So
Have you heard that a lot of libraries in the valley are opening up again?
yeah, most everybody is good around us. Out west, people seem to have been much more delayed. In talking to other libraries, like way out west in the Berkshires and stuff. But around here, I think pretty much everybody's about back to normal.
Good.
Which is nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Even I think Grafton opened up in their temporary location. I think secretly they want people to take stuff out before they move. I think that's why they did that, because they haven't been open at all because they didn't have any space. But I think that's what they want, is people to check stuff out and take it home and then move.
When is their move date?
Soon.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're going to be, I don't even think I mean, they're on the list for state funding, but they're going to be done before they get to that on the
Jeez.
list. So, yeah, it was impressive. And
Yeah.
it looks like it's going to be a super, super nice thing.
Yeah.
And I talked to, so there's a new guy in Worcester. He's been there maybe 6 months now. He's fabulous. He came from Natick, and he's been super active in committees and stuff like that. And they're just finishing, they had a $14 million renovation. He's very excited to be done with, but thrilled about how it's going to work. So,
Good.
yes. Yeah, he's really, really nice and participates. We haven't had anybody from Worcester who did that in a long time. So, all right, what else do I have? I didn't put it on here. We are good to go in July on the week of the 5th, starting to be open till 8 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings. We did our schedule. We're good, which is exciting. We did advertise for a page that's still open. I did like 6 hours a week. That was how much money we had pretty much. So 2 3-hour shifts maybe. We have a couple applications so far, but there's still like over a week left on that. So we'll have a little extra help from a page wherever we can fit them in. We were even thinking, and it's crazy, it's very crazy, when actually Heather doesn't know this. So Heather, traditionally forever, when we opened 10 to 3 on Saturday, people worked 10 to 3. Like you didn't come in any earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So last year we added coming in at 9:30, so you actually had prep time, which was a big thing. And now we're thinking if we add that page for 3 hours in the middle of the day, you could actually eat
Wow.
Wow.
Or like, go and get a sandwich
You can have
so that
lunch.
nobody would be alone. Yeah. And so we're living it large.
I guess you
Yeah.
are.
We don't want to brag, but you could have a lunch on a Saturday that's not like in the back room staring at the desk. So we'll go a little crazy. So, but yeah, I think we've got some good applications so far, so that's looking promising. We'll get
That's
somebody
great.
nice. Yeah. And it's not,
And your maybe prospective hire date would be,
July 1 in the next fiscal year.
new fiscal year,
Yeah,
right?
the new fiscal year. But this way we did it, so hopefully we can get, Shannon and I are going to do the interviews. But the combination of trying to get us a day that we could both do it, there was like one day left this month, so it might have to not be, it might have to go into July because we had just one day of availability when we could do something together in the rest of the month. So I think that was it. So staff's good. And so we're actually relatively out of subs then, because when we had hired a while ago, so we had, Jamie was a sub and Lori was a sub. Jamie took Nita's hours, and Lori has been subbing fantastically, and now she's actually on there permanently on Wednesday evenings. So she's still a sub. She's actually got a real shift once a week. Someday we might have to look for subs again, but we'll find out. That's probably in the future. But having a page, it'll be a nice
Yeah.
extra person to be around. All right. Do you have any questions for me before we go on?
No, you were very thorough.
I'm used to my face being out. Okay. So I gave you guys the fines policy, and you can vote on it because there's two of you. That's a quorum.
That's-
And so it's fairly similar to our other one. I just took out all the bits about, ooh, that's exciting too. That very first line, fines on museum passes, library of things, items, and hotspots. We don't actually own any hotspots
But-
yet. Yet. The MBLC has a lot of money they're getting from the government for something. And they are doing a hotspot program with a very quick turnaround time. So I had filled out the survey last week. I did a webinar Monday, and they're hoping to get them to everybody next month. So that's good. And the minimum you could ask for was 5, so I did that. I had asked what our neighbors were doing, and they said they were doing 5 because that was the minimum. So they will be completely paid for by the Board of Library Commissioners through September 2022. And then after that point, they become ours. The physical device will be paid for, they're hoping, in full. And if we want to continue the service, we can decide at that point. It's approximately probably $30 a month a piece. So we could decide if we wanted to, pay for 1 or 2 or however many.
Right.
We don't know what the demand would be here.
Right. Right, I was
So-
going to say, see what the circulation is like.
Yep. But we'll have a whole year's worth of data to go by.
Right,
So, but that's why that's in there, even though we don't have any.
okay. Yeah, the fine policy seems pretty straightforward in what we discussed before. Do you have any questions about it, Heather?
No, looks good.
All right, well then, I will make a motion to accept the fine policy as written.
I second it.
All right, all in favor?
In favor.
Ryan? Okay, it is approved by all present.
All right, and so we will probably aim to have that go into effect July 1, because will take CWMRs a little time to switch the loan rules on our items. But they are good at that, so that gives them 2 weeks, I think they can do it. So,
Good,
excellent, thank you. Be a lot of changes come July 1.
yeah. All right, so we can move on to the budget report, which is, the budget is
Yes.
pretty much spent.
So, well, we've got 84 cents in books, so we're probably gonna have to turn that back over to the town. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we gotta figure out, a little bit money and left in office supplies and repair and maintenance, although I'm not sure I paid for the second air purifier, so I have to look into that. But yeah, and salaries and wages are right on schedule. We do have, I tried to fill in extra shifts the rest of the month to spend that extra bit, because we're like 6% behind in the part-timers. So we've got some extra help sometimes, which is great coming in. But we're going to be underspent there, which is, I guess, a good problem to have, but
Right.
alas.
And I would think that some of that is because of COVID as well.
Yeah, even though I thought we were doing that, like the times when we were open and we had to have 3 people on all the time, that ate up a bunch, but yeah, it's gonna be close. It comes out pretty even. So, but yeah, I did have to start paying for some books out of state aid, but we're really down to just a dribble of new releases that are coming automatically, so it's not too bad.
Okay. And the office supplies for the
We'll find
repairs you're checking into.
We'll find something.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. We like to spend money. We did buy, Shannon went through her hoard of saved stuff for summer reading. We supplemented it with some stuff from Ingram. And I did the same. The friends are giving us each $100 worth of gift cards in $25 increments. So I've got 100 for adults, she's got 100 for teens, which we kind of put like a little something with. So we ended up with a lot of prizes, right? I don't even know how many prizes you have. Enough, plenty.
I have plenty. Like 15 per level, maybe? Question mark?
But yeah, we didn't send out any letters requesting things because we weren't. And plus you feel bad asking people for stuff. So
That's not true. I did ask West End Creamery,
that's, well, and I asked a couple
and they gave it to me. Thank
super
you,
local
West End.
things, but it was like via email. It wasn't our big formal campaign where we sent out like 200 letters. So.
That's true.
So yeah, so that's fine. So but we have enough. So state aid, you'll see that in there. We did pay Deb Hutchins already. So we're left with $13,170.90 in state aid, which is still really good. And then gift is still actually very healthy at $17.23 and 6 cents. Which actually doesn't include, the friends gave us a nice bit of money for Eunice's furniture, and the deposit's not shown there, so there's actually more money in there than that.
And is the furniture paid for already?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, yeah, so you'll see in there, there's $1,300 out of gift
Right.
for it, and then the rest was out of state aid. Yep, furniture's all paid for. People are enjoying it.
Good.
Multiple people sitting at one time. It's very exciting. So I don't have anything else. We need to talk about a July meeting.
And we need to talk about reorganizing the board.
Right. I don't know if you need to wait for all 3 of you to be here for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, that would make sense. Okay. So we will table our annual board reorganization until our next meeting.
Yes, I'll put it on the agenda for that time. That would be
There we
great.
go. And July,
Yeah, so you don't traditionally meet in July,
right.
so feel free at your leisure to skip that if you'd like.
I'm okay with skipping it. How do you feel about it, Heather?
That's fine unless, I don't know about the reorganization. Is that something that's imminent or is that okay?
We can skip
fine.
that until August.
That's okay. Okay.
So if you want to look at August,
We typically would meet the third Wednesday, and I will be away that week.
okay. Well, I mean, certainly we could meet on the 11th
Mm-hmm.
because it will have been plenty of time.
Right.
Let me
So
see.
I'm okay with that.
Does that work for Gable? August 11th?
I don't have that, I'm sure it's fine.
Okay.
Heather, are you okay with that date?
But I'm sure
Is
it's
that the
fine.
Wednesday
Daytime
again?
Yes.
is fine.
All right, so let's do that at 3:30 is good for everybody?
Yep.
All right. And that's actually good, because like in July, then I have all that weird 2 sets of crossover paperwork, which should hopefully have winnowed its way out by August. I would have like 2 sets of financials and everything like that, but it'll be better by August.
Okay. Does anybody have any other new or old business that we have to go through?
Nope.
No? All right. Then I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 3:55.
I second it.
All in favor?
Favor?
All right. We are adjourned.